Okay, everybody, thank you for your patience. Welcome back. We have got a fantastic panel coming up for you. Innovations in technology and AI, the future of iGaming. So allow me to present your moderator for the session, Chairman and CEO of Teleron, Drihem & Co., Mr. Teleron.
Thank you so much. Great. Wow, Connor, what a great production. And I think all of us should really thank and congratulate Alex. This is for you, really. Amazing event. IGB Live is a success and great content, lots of nice people. And in my panel, we have like a superstar panel. 3 great people from 3 different companies, amazing people. Let's have them here one by one. First, Mr. Paul Pluman, based in the UK, hailing to here from London, which is only a 45-minute flight, I think. Paul is a really nice chap. He's a COO of currencytransfer.com. We'll hear about you in a minute, and it'll be great having you here. Next, I have Mr. Stav Zilberstein, also known as Stav Zilbershtein. Stav, you will sit here. And Stav is quite famous in Malta, and quite famous in Israel and in Kharkiv. And he's like the king of outsourcing development. So Stav, I'm so happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Hyperion.
Happy to be here as well.
Thank you so much. And last but not least, my friend Alex Kornilov. He's from Poland and he's from BETEGY. And BETEGY has an amazing innovation. And we'll hear about it in a minute. So we have here like a eclectic panel, lots of interesting key people from the gaming industry. Also in the audience, I see people who I know already, like Becky Ligero, who everybody knows Becky, and other people here that I also know, and also new faces, which is great. This is Jenya heading our team in Singapore, and let's start. So let's start, and I'll introduce each one of you, and let's hear a bit more out of you. As I said, we have here Paul from the United Kingdom. You have here Stav, Israeli like me, but speaks with a better accent, and from Malta. And we have Alex, but you're all the time on the border between like Poland and other places, right, Alex? Exactly. So let's start with the Paul. My immediate left here, Paul, the tallest guy on the panel. I think you and Stav, no, probably your ties. And this is Margot, also working with Stav. Paul, I want to hear more about, I think most of the people here want to know more about currency transfer. I know that currencytransfer.com is probably the industry standard for shifting money all around the world in innovative technology. But I would like to hear more from you, and probably the delegates want to hear more about the company and what's so unique about it.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I mean, we've been going for 5 years. We're based in London, but we've got a very important hub out of Israel as well, and our tech is built in Sofia. So we actually consume our own service because of the international footprint that we've all got ourselves. What we've built is an international payment network where we leverage the payment capabilities of a number of fully regulated payments institutions across a number of different jurisdictions. What that enables us to curate is a bespoke payment solution for individual clients, regardless of their risk profile. Obviously we're in a higher risk segment here today, and naturally we've got an area of our payment network that has a greater appetite to serve this than perhaps the vanilla banks and the more traditional routes that we're all looking to improve on.
So what I like to call your company, you didn't say it, but I like it to define it as a marketplace.
Yeah, very much. It is a marketplace where the network is driven by the capabilities of a number of different contributing factors. We pull all of that together, like the Amazon hub, if you like. You can access an awful lot of providers through the single entry point. We provide a delicious user experience, and the payment services are delivered by a number of fully regulated entities that sit beneath us.
Very nice.
Connected automatically via tech, of course.
Great. And this is currency transfer. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you. And Stav, I believe Stav, everybody knows. Like Paul, you were with me in Vilnius like a few months ago, and also with Margot in the Mare Balticum. But Stav has been also one of our best clients, and you've been with me like several summits already. And each time I learn new stuff from you on outsourcing. And I want to hear, there are lots of companies here who develop lots of operators, lots of platforms, and also lots of providers who do outsourcing for those companies. First of all, why is it so critical in iGaming to do outsourcing?
I think that one of the critical stages that happen now in the industry, because the industry is starting to consolidate, it's maturing. You see greater turnover rates of employees in the iGaming industry, especially in the tech sector, development sector. So in Malta, there's a huge fight about it. And it's funny enough, the fight is now moving to Ukraine, where all of these companies are doing the outsourcing or
Fight
their
on
own
talent.
offices. The same fight on talent. So now the same snatching of talent is starting to happen in Ukraine. And some people are even unaware of it. So they're just still fighting in the local bubbles, like in London or in Sweden or in Malta for talents. And they still have these unbelievable HR goals that they can never meet. And they're unaware of even that there is actually a huge arena already of IT, of iGaming in Ukraine that is taking place right now. So companies like us also find ourselves in this fight over talents, but we win most of the time. So it's so far so good.
What do you say, actually, if I understand correctly from you, there's more demand for good developers in iGaming than in other sectors, and there is the need of companies, operators, and developers, and development and technology to reduce costs. Hence, there is a shift of going to outsourcing. Is this that dramatic? Let's say a cost of a developer in Sweden or in Israel than in Ukraine?
It's uncomparable. I mean, you can find talents in the same level in much cheaper rates. So the Sweden, or I know today in Israel, I think I heard lately that the iGaming developers, like seniors, can reach even salaries of 50,000 shekels, which is around
$15,000.
it's $15,000, something like $15,000 a month. So I can tell you, you can get like a whole team of developers in the same level, $15,000 a month.
But what I know, Stav, and that's what I saw from some of our clients, the problem with outsourcing is sometimes you have like the standard pool, and then you have, let's say, 30 or 40 developers sitting in Kiev or in Kharkiv, but you know, we'll probably discuss the difference later. But the problem is that you have 40 developers working. One can work with that iGaming company, and one with that platform, one with that PSP doing some kind of optimization, and that's a problem. So how can you prevent the problem when you have like a pool of talent working with, let's say, 4 or 5 different developers?
Yeah, so this is a great question, because actually we avoided altogether this problem when we in the entire business setup. Because you're right, when it's a pool, then what can you do? You know, 2 game provider companies come to you, and you might end up having talents working on games for 2 companies. This is insane. I mean, everyone is trying to be unique. The last thing you want is through your development sector to have like the same kind of features or games, because the people are shared. So we just in the business structure defined Hyperion differently. We don't have a talent pool. The talents don't exist for a client before they hire us to build a team for them, and then this team stays working only for the client. And the company culture in Hyperion is in a way that the employees of Hyperion also know they cannot ask to move between clients and projects.
So you have like Chinese walls between. You have actually Chinese walls between.
Yeah, we have to do that because this is the way that our customers feel comfortable, and then there is less conflict of interest in general between us and the companies that hire these.
Very nice. So that's the idea of like a dedicated team, that you have a dedicated team for each project.
Exactly.
Very nice. Very nice. Wow. Okay. Now, Alex Kornilov, my favorite Polish guy. Even though you don't have a Polish name, many of the Polish has, some very unique letters inside. You can see them here on the badges. Alex, you're from BETEGY, and I saw I think I saw your solution like 2 years ago, and it's all the time gets better. And you're one of the leaders in artificial intelligence in specific. I want to hear more about what is BETEGY and what solutions can it give also to other gaming providers.
Sure. We are sports data company, but we don't collect the data. We take already existing data and add additional value to it. Because as you know, the data in prices for data goes down, but the marginal value and the revenue you can get from data analytics is way higher than just collecting the data. And we have B2C and B2B services. We have website with predictions, analytics, and rankings, which is visited by millions of people, used for betting, for entertainment. We also package this data in APIs and sell to media companies like ESPN, Yahoo, Ringer, Axel Springer, and many of top brands are using our data.
I like how you say it. Like it was a German word. Can you repeat it?
Which one?
The brands that you said now.
ESPN, Yahoo, Ringer, Axel Springer, Turkcell, I don't know. many of them, are using this. And the last product which we introduced like a few years ago, and now is the key product, is we take the data and allow operators and media companies to do quality content based on data. And it's automatic, scalable. You can produce widgets, banners, animations, all in one click, all based on feeds, odds, statistics, and it is so cool. So in last half a year, we gained traction with many top clients like Tipico, like Bwin, like I don't know, Sportsbet or Favbet, and this like thing works for everyone because it's content on scale, and it allows people to produce, like companies to produce content strategy on the fly right away, give it to all your affiliates, work with top media companies as well. So that's kind of interesting.
Let's do a typical scenario, okay? Typical client, how does it work?
It works like this. We come to the operator. We ask for the feed from his side. We add statistics to it. We add our own analytics. We add social media signals in our rendering engine. We do setup for the design part, and then after this, you can generate on the fly pictures, widgets, banners, animations, unique texts, all on scale, all for all your channels, and it's tailored. And you can not only generate but also distribute it there. Yeah,
Very
that's how
nice.
it works.
Very, very nice. All the developers in-house, or you outsource? It's a good question for staff.
No, actually, we keep a core team like of analytics and key guys like in-house, and then every time we have a new client, we actually do outsourcing for every single setup, because then this is not a core part of the business, and we can actually, in such case, keep a nice cost structure, and we can move those shift of resources when we need. We can attract resources, and when we don't need, we don't have to have
Very
them.
nice. Very nice. Thanks, Alex. Very nice. Okay. Another topic which is, changing every year, and it will probably change and evolve forever, is the idea of regulation. Regulation, self-regulation. I saw now on my way to the toilets there, affiliates going gray. Gray. Good, it's not going black. But regulation is touching everything. It touches topics like outsourcing and development, like Stav's company, and of course, Alex that deals with AI and BI, and of course, Paul, sometimes I send you clients, and then first of all you want to check which type of regulation do they have. If it's a gaming company, of course, a company which will be licensed Curacao will be different than a licensed in Malta or Sweden or Denmark or the UK. And of course, for you, sometimes it'll be the best if a company is not regulated, meaning not has to be regulated. And I want to understand from each one of you how does these regulations, evolutions, touch each one of you. We're a law firm. We deal all the time with regulations, but it's nice to see all the time how does it touch the actually stakeholders. So let's start with you.
Well, the regulations drive our market entirely. Whilst we are in payments, we're more in compliance than anything else, really. And the regulations are the rules that we all have to adhere to. The beauty of the marketplace is the optionality. Everything is along that spectrum of grey. And risk appetites and AML policies of individual regulated providers provides us with the variability and the optionality to place clients with different risk appetites that are regulated in different jurisdictions with different providers. So we can match, and create a bespoke solution that is fit for purpose for the end client's regulatory situation. But it drives everything.
I saw Daniel, one of the founders there. He's sitting there. Daniel Abrams.
Hi, Daniel. Give us a wave.
That's Daniel. That's nice fellow. And I saw him and Nico also from the team from Tel Aviv. I saw it's very interesting. Every client they categorize something like the risk factor and the risk appetite. And because you're actually a marketplace, that's what I like about your service. You have much more flexibility and agility. It means that every one of the clients, let's say if it's an affiliate or a platform or a programmer or a developer, like you're also working with Hyperion, it's nice, according to the risk, you set them up with different providers.
Yeah, that optionality is the driving force behind currency transfer. Before I joined the team, I was a regulated MSB myself and recognized the horrible restrictions that a banking line with Barclays can impose upon your business and the ambition that you may have. Stepping into, an unregulated business now, we're still bound by the regulatory requirements of all of our partners, but that optionality drives so much flexibility that the client ends up benefiting from that.
Right. And you're still registered in the UK, right? Which is also important. So you have a company in the UK and a company in Israel, and also you have some operations that we started in the US.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, our global footprint is growing. That's very much our continual ambition. But we've got office headquarters in London, a subsidiary in Tel Aviv, our techs in Bulgaria, and we've got sales expanding across the US as we speak.
Amazing. Stav, you're also like in a multinational, right? You have a small office in Israel, a miniature office. Nothing in Israel.
Zero. Left Israel 8 years ago.
Like everybody's
Nothing is left there.
Afraid from Israel.
Piece of paper with my name on it does not exist there
Don't even
anymore.
fly over Israel.
I don't even fly over it,
Yeah. But many of your clients are Israeli. You have like gaming clients.
Well, maybe transformed Israelis that are not living in Israel anymore. Yeah.
Right.
No, mostly not. Mostly London, Malta, strongly Malta-based businesses, and then some in London and targeting some in the US. Yeah.
But regulation, when the industry becomes more regulated, and some will say more strictly regulated, but I don't think regulation is a bad thing. Do you feel that it has some kind of impact also on like cutting edge developing companies also?
Well, in a way, I think we feel the effects of innovation. I would not bore you with data processing agreements. Because nobody cares about that.
Oh, don't speak about that.
So we need to feel. We needed to feel some more of these.
That's Margot. That's Margot. Margot is an expert already. GDPR and.
But besides that, we see actually the effects of the market getting more tight and more regulated. What we experience is just from the other side, the demand to reinvent the market from the big brands, the big gaming providers like Micro Gaming, other companies that are leading the front. They are finally getting opened up to boost their operations and invest more money into innovation, new technology. I think this was what was missing in the time that things were easy, for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone could make money without knowing nothing.
2014.
Just open a brand,
get
all the services connected, do some SEO, and voila, you are a rich man.
You're not missing that, Alex. You're not missing that time.
I do.
I believe everybody here is missing that time. People who were back then in 2011, 2012, 2014. We missed that time.
We say, don't cry over spilt milk, right?
Right.
Find a way how to retain it.
Right, absolutely.
I'm vegan, so it's better be almond milk or something. But in any case, it's. I think now it's just more challenging, and then the companies that can really push forward and understand you cannot just sit back and expect things to be the way they were, because they're not going. It's only going in one direction. Like it's going to be more strict, more regulated, more complicated. So now you're gonna have to work for it. It's not so bad, I've heard in when we were in Barcelona, some of the CEOs in the CEO panel said, look, the margins in the industry, maybe they're low, but compared to other industries, it's a fascinating market. Many people would like to take part in such industries with such margins. So
absolutely,
we better just forget about the past and move forward into the future.
Yeah.
And whoever doesn't want to, it makes it easier for the ones that do, because this is the consolidation, all of that. The number of players in the market is just going down. The quality is going up. So
absolutely, you do see some kind of like turnover this year. You do see like new boosts of new companies, but some of the biggest names are already here since, I don't know, 2012, 2011. I'm not sure in 2011 it was still in like it wasn't like London, Amsterdam, and it was Barcelona. It was different cities, but if you see, some of the biggest names are still here from several years ago, and I believe some of them will stay strong.
No, the vibe is also much better. If you were like in the winter in Sweden, you would see everyone is so sad about the regulation. It's just these dark, melancholic talks and like, what's the future of our industry? What should we do?
Yeah.
And I even heard some I don't know, some operators complaining that affiliates should start bearing some more cost because it's not fair. And it's like the kind of things you hear when the market is really like kind of out of breath. But now it already feels much better. And again, the people who will pace up their technology and put some effort into making something new, they will stay. And the ones that think they just can buy like a casino license and a website and put some games on it and survive, this is just going to fade out. This is not going to last.
This is definitely, and I think that also Paul sees it also that if okay, and you gave a good example. In the late 90s, you could buy something in Costa Rica which was called a license to transmit data over the internet, which is the whitewashed, laundered name of opening a casino. You know, it's cost $4,000. And back then, in the end of the 90s, and you got a license to transmit over the data over the internet, means you can open an online casino, get money from players. It was so easy, so easy, Paul. It was so easy to transfer money there. You know, and now, you know, companies like yourself, and not only this, banks and regulators. You know, banks in Israel have such a tough time now to accept money from abroad. And you know, there was one of the leading companies in the industry called Toiga, UFX Group, Paragonix, and they fought against Bank Mizrahi Tfachot, and we won. Actually, I'm the lawyer, and we won in quite a precedental case of that banks in Israel can accept money that its origin is from offshore. You know, and imagine, you know, like 10 years ago, it was so much easier to bring money. And we're not even speaking about undeclared profits. All these profits are declared, but and that's where also companies like currency transfer can help, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a disproportionate exposure to the Israeli banks, and we're finding that they're being very obstructive, receiving money from the international market, regardless of the sector of source. And you know, I was talking to a couple of guys about that last night, and it's kind of a land grab to where the assumption is it's international. There's going to be an FX piece there. Then the Israeli banks want to prevent that coming in from anyone else so that they can monetize the exchange. But we're seeing exactly the same thing, that kind of consolidation of the players in the market and that flight to quality. You know, there's a lot of M&A in the payment space at the moment, and you know, those that are left are what one would expect are going to be, you know, the cream rises to the top, as the saying goes. We're going to be left with a lot more quality.
You know, Paul spoke about M&A and spoke about organic growth, things that also Stav mentioned it. Alex, you know, you're still a private company, okay? What is your expectations? Lots of companies now are speaking about either, you know, IPOs or M&As. People think that, I don't know, one of the largest, you know, Better Collective, Gig, or, you know, RegTech will buy them maybe. Or you know, I wonder, you know, you have probably expectations or plans for the next few years. You keep on getting new clients and grow organically or go other routes?
Sure. I mean, the idea behind our company is to keep data as a core of our activities and build services on this data, innovative solutions for that. We started with B2C products and we went into B2B1, B2B2. There is one secret project with data analytics for clubs, which we work on, which is undisclosed yet. So the idea for me is to introduce a product, be the first, get the majority of market, wait until it will be copied, then create another one and another one. Because you know, this is the only way you can stay profitable via innovation, you know, without huge rounds of investments and without, you know, putting tens of millions of euros to keep you alive without. So it's stay on your toes, keep investing in the product, small teams, go quickly to the market, test the market. If it works, capture the money, you know, try to stick to this trend as much as you can, keep the team working there, but think about the next product right away.
Do you have actually competitors that do, let's say, similar? Or
you see, our the last product, the one which I can talk about, is it came organically in a way that this at the beginning we started a cooperation with Yahoo for 2016. They had certain needs, we satisfied them. Then they said, okay, maybe we can do this way. We started to do this visualization product with them this way. Then it turns out it didn't work, but the idea stayed. And then we turned to other media companies which didn't have money to pay for the product. But then somehow, since we've been involved in gaming, we said, what if we will add odds to this product? And this product somehow evolved from the years of innovation inside the company, listening to the customer feedback, and then you have a unique product which no one else has. Of course, someone will catch up with that, but we officially sell this for 6 months only. We have like clients integration till the end of the year built. So in the end, I see that it's somehow unique at the moment, but in a few years, you'll have same companies copying what we do. Because they only say, the thing to do is just move forward. You know?
Just be better, you know?
Better. Guys,
Be better,
we're reaching the end, so I would like to hear from each one of you guys. All of you are experts in your specific industry. Paul, you're an expert in finance. You have also a blog, right, or on LinkedIn, or on what you have something.
We do a daily market commentary. I've been walking around the floor filming this morning. We do it on Brexit and a couple of the currencies.
With your team from London, right?
Yeah, we've got Saloni here, and Dan's already said hi in the background. Nico's manning the stand like a champion.
Your stand is on the other side, right?
Yeah, L8, come by all means and meet the team.
And so let me know. So you're already an expert. I want to hear more. Maybe give one tip for the delegates here, how to make more money, in 2019 and still be compliant.
Well, that's an interesting one because, again, it was mentioned earlier that, with the wider industry complaining about how the margins are being, cut, then, that's where tech can bring a lot of efficiencies. I mean, again, in the industry sectors, the higher risks carry a higher cost structure in the transactional basis. But, innovations like currency transfer help to strip unnecessary cost out of the transaction process. And yeah, so it's really just a case of making sure that you partner with more appropriate service providers that suit your needs and frankly, leave it a little bit more on the table for you guys.
Thank you. That's a great tip, Paul. Thank you so much. Stav, let's us give a money tip, and then Alex, also a tip from you, how to make money in 2019 but still be compliant.
Money tip. Don't keep all your money to yourself. This is my best money tip for you. Don't be greedy. Take a large portion of the profits, start spending on innovation, start sticking your neck out, develop new games, new ideas, new technologies, because you will be left out of the game faster than you think. And it's very addictive to look at the profit lines and think, oh, let's keep this, it's going, and shout on some employees, how can you keep this going? They cannot keep this going if you don't take the products to the next level. And this is not going to change. I mean, I know it sounds like something that's been said like a million times before, but not everyone seems to pick up on this train. So pick up on the train or be left out. That's it. There's nothing else,
Wow, that's a tip. That's a tip. Thank you so much, Stav. Thank you. Cannot agree more. Alex,
I will
closing the panel.
I will continue with our topic, AI and future. The idea is that we are in a such transition, and between old things of old way of doing things and new things, and future, in the ways that AI comes, machine learning comes, and it's already disrupted many industries. And betting, gaming, esports industry is about to be disrupted in the next 5 years. And it will be a significant change of players because you have now things which were not available before on pattern recognition, on the data recognition, on predictions things. It's just crazy if you start looking at it. And my main tip here is that if you will not look into this, you will die. In any area, in any sector. And everyone should think twice and hard now. Where in 5 years you would be if you will not invest now into this kind of direction. Machine learning, all kind of such things, it will change things significantly. And if you read few books about this, it will be clear to you as a day that betting industry will be just disrupted in the next 5-10 years for sure, as well as the rest of them in the world. So I would really suggest to look into understand what is the difference between big data, AI, machine learning, artificial intelligence, Just start looking so you can embrace this culture in your company and start actually thinking where it can be used, because it can be used now already for the profits, So that's it.
Wow, that's so insightful. Thank you so much, Alex. And thank you, Stav. Thank you, Paul Pluman. Thank you, our great team of delegates and audience. And we have 1 minute if we have any further question that we have here for our nice team here. If you have any questions, then fine. If not, we're all here until probably 6 p.m. Yesterday, the cleaners had to take us out of the event, and we stayed here with the IGB team. Guys, I want to thank you and wishing you a great conference. Bye-bye.